Welcome back to Things I Know Nothing About, the show where we dive deep into topics we probably shouldn't be investigating ourselves, but do it anyway for your listening pleasure. Today we're unpacking a truly explosive subject, Mark Rober's glitter bombs. These viral contraptions have captivated millions, but we're going to explore whether they might be more dangerous than you'd initially think.
Oh, Alex, I'm so excited for this one. Mark Rober is a YouTube legend, and his glitter bomb videos are just pure, unadulterated genius and chaotic joy. The sheer ingenuity of an engineer turned prankster creating these elaborate revenge devices against porch pirates is just endlessly fascinating, and the views speak for themselves, with some videos racking up hundreds of millions.
They certainly do, and it's that combination of ingenious engineering and viral appeal that makes them such a compelling subject for us. What started as a personal grievance against a package thief has evolved into this multi year, increasingly complex project showcasing some seriously advanced design principles, which we'll definitely get into. But first, let's talk about the problem he's trying to solve: porch piracy.
That's absolutely the core issue here, isn't it? Porch piracy is a massive, frustrating problem for so many people, especially during the holiday season when packages are flying around. Millions of packages are stolen annually in the US alone, leading to significant financial losses for consumers and retailers, not to mention the sheer inconvenience and feeling of violation when your property is taken right from your doorstep.
It's a pervasive issue, and what often exacerbates the frustration for victims, including Rober himself, is the perceived lack of effective recourse. Many police departments, understandably, have higher priority crimes to investigate, which often leaves package theft low on the list, leading to a feeling of impunity for the thieves and helplessness for the victims. This exact scenario was Rober's initial catalyst, turning his personal frustration into a highly public, technologically advanced form of self help.
Which brings us to the first glitter bomb. It all started with a simple motor, a cup of glitter, and a whole lot of creative frustration. His initial goal was simply to make the thieves regret their actions, and he did it with a classic bait and switch. But the real magic, and where the danger starts to subtly creep in, is in how these devices have iteratively improved, becoming more sophisticated and frankly more aggressive with each new version.
Indeed, the first iteration was relatively simple: a spinning cup of glitter triggered by a mechanical switch when the package was opened. It was a proof of concept, really, but it immediately demonstrated the power of the idea. The core engineering principle here was leveraging centrifugal force to spread that glitter as widely and as evenly as possible, ensuring maximum coverage of the unsuspecting thief and setting the precedent for future designs.
And the glitter itself is not just any glitter, right? It's often a pound or more of the stuff. And we're not talking about biodegradable, eco-friendly glitter here. This is typically plastic or aluminum-based craft glitter designed for maximum sparkle and adherence, which is crucial for making a memorable, messy impression on the thief and a fantastic visual for the camera.
Absolutely.
And that brings us to the first area where we start to see some potential danger that people might not immediately consider beyond the humor. While a bit of glitter might seem innocuous, the type of glitter Rober uses and the sheer volume can pose some non trivial risks. For example, glitter, especially the kind made from plastic, PET, or PVC or aluminum, often has sharp edges.
Oh, I can totally see that. If those tiny, sharp-edged particles get into your eyes, it's not just an irritation, is it? We're talking about potential corneal abrasions, which can be incredibly painful, cause light sensitivity, and if left untreated, could even lead to infections or corneal ulcers. That's a significantly more serious outcome than just having a bit of sparkle on your face.
Exactly. And the risk isn't just to the eyes. Inhalation is another concern. While breathing in small amounts of glitter might not cause immediate catastrophic harm, those tiny plastic particles can irritate the lungs. This is particularly problematic for individuals with pre-existing respiratory conditions like asthma, where even minor irritants can trigger a significant reaction. In sufficient quantities or with very fine glitter, there's a theoretical risk of delivering chemicals to the lower lungs and potentially into the bloodstream.
Wow, so it's not just a superficial annoyance. There are legitimate health considerations, especially for vulnerable populations, and then there's the environmental impact, which I think often gets completely overlooked in the hilarity of the prank. Most glitter is a microplastic, meaning it doesn't biodegrade. It contributes to widespread plastic pollution in our soil, air, and water, ultimately entering the food chain.
That's a critical point, Maya. We often think of microplastics from things like single use plastics or synthetic clothing, but glitter is a direct and intentional dispersal of these non biodegradable particles into the environment. These microplastics can accumulate in ecosystems, impacting wildlife and potentially having long term unknown effects on human health as they cycle through our environment. So, what seems like a harmless prank has a non trivial and widespread environmental footprint.
So, the glitter itself is a bigger deal than we might assume. But Rober didn't stop there. Each version of the glitter bomb added more layers of sensory assault. Let's talk about the smell, because that's another signature element that really ups the ante on the unpleasantness factor. He didn't just want them sparkly, he wanted them stinky.
Indeed, the foul odor spray became a staple, evolving from a single can of fart spray in earlier versions to multiple canisters, 4 in Glitter Bomb 4.0, for instance dispensing an obnoxious smelling aerosol spray via a stepper motor. Glitter Bomb 5.0 reportedly contained a full gallon of fart spray, which is an astounding amount. The chemical composition often includes sulfur-based compounds and thiols, specifically chosen to mimic the smell of decomposing organic matter, which is inherently repulsive to most humans.
A full gallon. That is an extreme commitment to making someone's day absolutely miserable. And while commercial prank fart sprays are generally formulated to be non-toxic when used as directed, that doesn't mean they're entirely harmless. They can certainly cause significant irritation if they come into direct contact with skin or eyes, or if inhaled in large concentrated quantities, which is exactly how these devices are designed to deploy them.
Exactly. For individuals with sensitive noses or respiratory problems, that overwhelming concentrated stench could cause more than just discomfort. It could lead to temporary incapacitation due to the sheer unpleasantness, making it difficult to breathe normally or focus. While it's unlikely to be the highly corrosive, poisonous industrial stink bombs containing ammonium sulfide, the goal is still to create a powerfully disorienting and uncomfortable experience.
And it's not just the smell and the glitter. Rober also integrated loud noises and visual elements to maximize the sensory overload. We're talking about car horns, sirens, and flashing RGB LEDs. It's a full-on assault on every sense designed to startle, disorient, and publicly humiliate the thief, making sure they know they've been caught.
The startle response is actually a key physiological reaction, and in certain contexts, it can be genuinely dangerous. Imagine someone opening one of these packages completely unaware while they're sitting in their car, perhaps even driving away. The sudden, incredibly loud horn, combined with the visual distraction of flashing lights and glitter exploding, could absolutely lead to a loss of control, potentially causing a car accident. This is where the prank edges into a territory of genuine physical risk, not just discomfort.
That's a really chilling thought, Alex. The intent is deterrence, but the execution could inadvertently cause a serious, unintended consequence for which Rober could potentially be held liable. Legal experts have actually weighed in on this, noting that while using non-lethal, reasonable force to protect property is permissible, there is a clear line. If a device is designed in a way that could foreseeably cause serious injury or an accident, the creator could absolutely face legal accountability. Rober himself has even acknowledged that his lawyers advised against selling the devices due to these very liability concerns.
Which is a very telling detail, isn't it? It highlights that even he, with all his engineering prowess and good intentions, recognizes the inherent risks once these devices move beyond a controlled prank and into the unpredictable real world. It forces us to distinguish between relative risk and absolute risk. The absolute risk of a severe life-threatening injury from one of these glitter bombs is probably low, as they don't contain explosives or highly corrosive agents like acid.
So, the chances of dying from a glitter bomb are incredibly slim, thankfully, but the relative risk of experiencing discomfort, eye irritation, minor respiratory issues, or a startle-induced accident is considerably higher. The devices are designed to be shocking and disorienting, and that intentional surprise element, coupled with the nature of the glitter and spray, significantly increases the likelihood of those less severe but still impactful negative outcomes.
Exactly. The danger lies more in the potential for immediate unpleasant effects, minor injuries, and the broader environmental impact of plastic glitter, rather than severe life-threatening harm. It's about shifting our perspective beyond the immediate laugh and considering the full spectrum of potential consequences, which is what we aim to do here. But let's not forget the incredible engineering that goes into making these devices so effective at achieving their intended purpose of embarrassment.
Oh, we absolutely have to talk about the engineering. Rober isn't just some guy with a glue gun. He's a former NASA engineer from the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, and his background is evident in every single iteration of these bombs. The precision, the iterative design process, the choice of components, it's all incredibly sophisticated.
You can see his NASA training in the attention to detail and robust data capture. Each device isn't just a prank, it's a meticulously documented science experiment. They're equipped with multiple smartphones, typically four, strategically placed to record video in all directions. This footage is then uploaded to the cloud, which is crucial for the viral content and also helps Rober analyze the effectiveness of each deployment.
And let's not forget the GPS tracking systems embedded in each package, allowing him to retrieve the discarded units after the prank. This isn't just about getting the evidence, it's about recovering expensive components and continually refining the design based on how the packages are handled and where they're ultimately dumped. That's a core engineering principle. Observe, analyze, and iterate.
The triggering mechanism is another area of impressive engineering evolution. Early designs might have used simpler mechanical switches, but as the bombs progressed, Rober incorporated more sophisticated sensors like Hall effect sensors in Glitter Bomb 4.0. These detect changes in a magnetic field when the lid is lifted, ensuring a precise and reliable trigger.
And the timing is everything, isn't it? You don't want the glitter to go off too soon, missing the thief, or too late after they've already run off. Rober uses delay circuits to ensure that the glitter and spray are deployed at the optimal moment, maximizing their effect on the thief and allowing for full capture on video. This precision is critical for both the prank's effectiveness and the viral content.
Absolutely. And the construction itself often utilizes 3D printed components, which is ideal for custom designs in low volume production like this. From the custom doormat with spring-loaded pins for discrete charging in V3 to the opaque machined acrylic casing for the RGB LEDs in V4, every detail is considered. These aren't just thrown together. They're thoughtfully engineered devices.
The attention to detail is truly remarkable. The packages are also meticulously designed to look like desirable consumer electronics, making them highly attractive targets for thieves. That concealment and disguise is a crucial part of the bait. It's a psychological element combined with the physical engineering, creating the perfect trap.
It's a masterclass in product design and user experience, albeit for a very specific unintended user. He's leveraging human psychology alongside mechanical and electrical engineering. The pneumatic system in Glitter Bomb 4.0, with two pistons pressurized to 80 psi, designed to forcefully eject the lid when opened, is another example of this escalating design, adding a physical jolt to the sensory assault.
That's a really good point about the user experience. He's basically designing a product that the user, the thief, will hate, but which is incredibly effective at its intended purpose of deterrence and humiliation. And this iterative design process is a hallmark of good engineering. Each new version addresses limitations or adds new elements, making the device more complex, more robust, and more effective at its core mission.
So, to Steelman Rober's position for a moment, his intentions are undeniably good. He's responding to a genuine societal problem with a creative, non-lethal solution that empowers individuals against a crime that often goes unpunished. His videos bring awareness to porch piracy, and his engineering brilliance is undeniable. He's using his skills for a form of citizen-led deterrence, and the viral success certainly indicates a public appetite for this kind of justice.
And his claims, while anecdotal, do suggest a positive effect. Rober has stated that his campaign has led to a decreasing number of package steals and a steadily increasing number of Good Samaritans year over year. He sees it as not only deterring thieves, but potentially fostering a more vigilant community. However, as you alluded to, Alex, these are anecdotal claims. They're not based on controlled scientific studies measuring the broader impact across different communities or comparing areas with and without glitter bomb deployment.
Exactly. We need to be careful not to conflate viral engagement and anecdotal success with scientific evidence of broad crime reduction. While his devices certainly deter specific thieves and create compelling content, the actual efficacy in significantly reducing porch piracy on a large scale across the country remains unquantified by rigorous data. It's an interesting case study in the intersection of engineering, social justice, and viral media.
It truly is. So, when we bring all of this together, the ingenious engineering, the escalating sensory assault, the potential for minor injuries from glitter, respiratory irritation from the spray, the very real risk of startle-induced accidents, and the environmental impact of microplastics, it becomes clear that Mark Rober's glitter bombs, while humorous and well-intentioned, are indeed more dangerous than you think.
It's a nuanced discussion. On one hand, you have brilliant engineering applied to solve a frustrating problem. On the other, you have components and design choices that, when deployed in an unpredictable real world scenario, carry risks that extend beyond a simple prank. It's about understanding the full spectrum of consequences, not just the immediate satisfying moment of retribution. The relative risk of minor harm or environmental impact is considerably higher than most people would assume when watching these videos for entertainment.
And that's really the core takeaway for me. It's a testament to Rober's genius, but also a reminder that even seemingly harmless pranks, when scaled and engineered to this level of sophistication, can have unintended and potentially harmful side effects. It prompts us to think more deeply about the ethics of citizen-led deterrence and the line between a clever prank and something that could genuinely cause harm.
Absolutely.
So while we can appreciate the engineering marvel that these glitter bombs represent, it's crucial to approach them with a critical eye, understanding the full implications of their design and deployment. We hope this deep dive has given you a new perspective on those viral videos and perhaps even made you think twice about what constitutes a harmless prank.
Definitely. It's been a fascinating journey into the physics, chemistry, and ethics behind the sparkle and the stink. Thank you for joining us on Things I Know Nothing About, where we always try to shed a little light, or perhaps a lot of glitter, on the unseen complexities of the world around us.
And remember, stay curious, stay critical, and maybe just install a doorbell camera instead. We'll catch you next time.